In the highlands of northern Ethiopia, in a village situated among the jagged cliffs and terraced fields of Tigray, lived a boy named Tesfaye. He was 12 years old, thin as a whisper, with eyes full of quiet fire. Born with a leg that had never grown strong, he walked with a heavy limp. In a place where survival depended on farming and long treks to school, many whispered that Tesfaye would never amount to much. But Tesfaye had a secret. He didn't believe them. Every morning before the sun rose, he would stand at the edge of the village path with his wooden walking stick, staring at the hills. One morning, his mother, who worked endlessly, weaving baskets and tending goats, found him there again. "Tesfaye," she said softly, "you don't have to prove anything to anyone." But Tesfaye just smiled. "I'm not trying to prove anything, Mama. I'm just trying to take one more step." That day, he began a journey. His goal wasn't to run or to be like the other boys. It was simply to walk to the top of the ridge that towered above their village, a place even the strongest only dared visit a few times a year. Everyone said it was impossible for him. So he started small. One step the first day, two the next, and then 10. He would fall, scrape his knees, cry into the dust. But every time, he got back up. The path to the ridge wasn't just steep, it was symbolic. Each step was a fight against the doubt planted in him by others, against the voice that said you can't. Weeks passed, then months. Some days, neighbors would watch him from their porches. Children would giggle. "Where's the lame boy going?" they'd tease. But the teasing slowly turned into silence, then into curiosity, and eventually, respect. One morning, nearly a year after he began, Tesfaye rose before dawn. He had made it halfway up the mountain over many long months. Today, he believed, was the day he'd reach the summit. The path was rougher than ever, but he pressed on, step by painful step. Halfway to the top, his leg cramped. He nearly turned back, but then he remembered his mother's words. Not the ones of worry, but the one she whispered once when she thought he was asleep. "He carries the heart of a lion." That thought became a flame. Tesfaye kept climbing. When he reached the top, the village bell was ringing far below. The sun had just peaked over the edge of the world. Tesfaye raised his stick in the air, and the wind embraced him like a warrior returned from battle. And then, his miracle, not of healed bones or magic, but of something deeper. From the village, a group of children was climbing toward him, led by his younger cousin. "We want to climb too," they shouted. Tesfaye smiled. He had started alone, but he had inspired a path. One step had become a movement. One boy's quiet strength had stirred hope in a village. Back at home, his mother cried when she saw him walking down the hill, his clothes dusty, his smile radiant. And behind him, a line of children followed like pilgrims. In the weeks that followed, the village built a bench at the summit and called it Tesfaye's Rest. Teachers in town told his story, and one day, a man from the city came with a scholarship, offering Tesfaye a place in a school that taught engineering. "We believe in problem solvers," the man said, "and you solved the hardest one, believing in yourself." Tesfaye packed his things and stood once more at the edge of the path, this time ready to go farther than he had ever dreamed. One step, one miracle. That was all it took.